You know how they say it's been a pleasure? It hasn't.
Mike Ehrmantraut is a character in the Breaking Bad TV series who is known for his captivating nature in the series and its prequel. He is known for his calmness, professionalism, and morality amidst the chaotic and morally ambiguous world of the show as displayed by Jonathan Banks. Due to his unshakable principles and his strength as compared to other characters, he compels us to do a study about him.
The lesson is, if you're going to be a criminal, do your homework.
Wait, I'm not a bad guy.
I didn't say you're a bad guy. I said you're a criminal.
What's the difference?
I've known good criminals and bad cops, bad priests, honorable thieves. You can be on one side of the law or the other. But if you make a deal with somebody, you keep your word.
It would be unfair to sink deep into this character, Mike, without us knowing who exactly he was and what he later became. To lay down this background, Mike is known to have been a police officer in Philadelphia who ended up in Albuquerque's criminal world, attributed to personal and professional losses. This kind of mood made by Mike is not attributed to greed for anything but the impulse driving him to this world, which is to meet the needs of his granddaughter Kaylee. The professionalism displayed by him is what captured the attention of the audience, in that in a world full of chaos where sober decisions must be made, Mike is in love with order, where he has his ways of doing things by paying attention to details and doing things the right way.
We're short $20. That's fine.
Agreed amount or no deal.
You serious? You saying I intentionally shorted you?
No. Mistakes happen.
You're really willing to blow up this deal over 20 bucks?
Are you?
The methamphetamine heist plan and execution by Mike demonstrate his capabilities to handle complex operations effectively. He always came to aid whenever there was a mess orchestrated by Walter White. This act of covering this mess displayed his professionalism. Mike is known to comprehend the cruel realities that he operates, in which he is portrayed by how he approached these realities. This act of having an understanding of the world around him adds flavor to his character. The advice he gave to Jesse Pinkman to take him out of Walt's influence demonstrates his pragmatism, which guides actions to decisions. Amidst dangerous threats and associations, Mike appears calm while devising ways to come out of such a crisis. From the brief introduction about Mike, he ventured into the criminal world. However, this doesn't take away his commitment to the family, as he is compelled to quit his profession for the sake of providing for his granddaughter Kaylee.
What it's for?
I have people waiting for me. They don't know what I do. They never will. They're protected. But I do what I do so they can have a better life. And if I live or if I die, it really doesn't make a difference to me as long as they have what they need.
This shows how he was so loyal to his family. He is also loyal to his employers. He demonstrated the act of humanity by securing his granddaughter's financial future, and the way he plays with her at the park shows his love for Kaylee. His respect for his employer Gus Fring, while mingling with people with shared values, shows his loyalty.
Drug empire. First time hearing about that. I don't know anything about that. Forget your handcuffs.
The environment in which Mike operates is a world of crime, but in everything he undertakes, he is guided by his strong moral code, which dictates his actions. This makes him unique from all other characters who are seen to operate without a sense of integrity and justice. He is seen to avoid violence that is unnecessary, with beliefs in ensuring there is minimal collateral damage. He is known for his attention to detail in all aspects of this series, in that whether he is doing continuous monitoring, disposing of evidence, or formulating a heist, Mike's way of doing these things are brief and well calculated. What is driving him is known to have been drawn from his past background while serving as a law enforcer, where any mistake made had consequences. Mike paid attention to details to avoid consequences that could have arisen from messes due to failure to have a well-calculated approach to addressing matters. He had a philosophy of doing things right and was driven by a force that if you are aware you will not approach things the right way, then better avoid doing it. Other characters like Walter White and Jesse Pinkman in their planning lacked insight, and so Mike kept chastising them for he always wanted things to be effective and efficient. This philosophy of doing made him a valuable and admirable character in the criminal world.
Well, perhaps in the future, you will consider working for me.
Could be. That'll depend on the work.
His relationship with Gustavo Fring is founded on mutual respect and their shared commitment of professionalism. Gus recognizes Mike's proficient skills and how he is dependable, while Mike's respect for Gus is portrayed by how he approaches business strategically. This mutualism between Mike and Gus portrays Mike's character of aligning himself with people with shared values and the same approach of doing things. In this series, this was a display of bond founded on professionalism and shared values and approach to business. Mike also is known for his mentorship skills and the protection of those close to him. In the Breaking Bad series, this quality of Mike is showcased by his relationship with Jesse Pinkman, where he offered guidance and protection to Jesse despite their differences. This closeness with Jesse shows how Mike is so protective and is longing to help those who have potential. He does this by always trying to pull Jesse away from the dangerous influence of Walter White. This also shows how Mike is very responsible and how his moral code drives him. Having mentioned how Mike relates with the above two characters that are Jesse and Gus, it will be good to bring out how Mike relates to this character called Walter White. He does not like the arrogance of Walter White, his recklessness, and his lack of moral compass. This character of Walter kept frustrating Mike, and therefore their relationship is marked by conflict and disapproval. Mike never liked the decisions that Walter drives and his methods of doing things, and this displays his philosophy of professionalism, pragmatism, and morality. Their differences bring out interesting scenes in the series.
You are trouble. I'm sorry the kid here doesn't see it, but I sure as hell do. You are a time bomb. Tick, tick, ticking. And I have no intention of being around for the boom.
The love for his family in the criminal world sits at the core of his philosophy of Mike, where he had to sacrifice to secure the future financial stability of his granddaughter, Kaylee. This character of Mike was an impulse that kept pushing him into the criminal world because he was dedicated to providing for Kaylee. The dangers and moral compromises that may have arisen while in the criminal world never became an impediment to Mike's determination to secure a better future for his granddaughter. These words are a testament to his love and commitment to his family. From being a law enforcer to the criminal world is indeed something to ponder. This is something that ought to have changed how Mike does things, his behavior, and his relationship with others. However, despite this move, Mike is seen to maintain his nature and character. He is portrayed in the series as a man with a sense of justice and fairness, where he was driven by a conscience of treating people with the respect they deserve and holding them accountable for their actions.
This is how it's gonna be from here on out. My guys are an ongoing expenditure, so you best get yourself comfortable with it.
This sense of justice makes Mike stand out with more characters who are ruthless like Walter, who lack moral boundaries. Mike is also seen to live a life of regret. From his past assignment as a law enforcer, he lived a corrupt life that seemed to haunt him. He regrets why he loved such a life, but this also has contributed to his becoming in his current life. He has chosen a life driven by a moral code to recollect himself from his past life. This experience has shaped his present life behavior, which is condemnable as he is depicted in the series as a person full of professionalism and moral code. This has built him as a character admired by the audience. He lost his son, Matt, tragically, as depicted to have been killed by his colleagues. This impacted him and became an impulse that pushed him into the criminal world to seek justice and provide for his family. This loss attracted sympathy from the audience. Mike Ehrmantraut's philosophy is built on the foundation of professionalism, pragmatism, loyalty to the family and his employers, and a strong sense of moral code. How Mike works us through the criminal world is fascinating. His well-calculated steps in approaching matters and his philosophy of doing things the right way is condemnable. The relationship with his family and Jesse manifests his values. In a world of chaos and moral ambiguity, Mike stands out as a character of integrity, discipline, and unwavering loyalty. Mike Ehrmantraut may not be the loudest or most popular character, but his quiet strength and unshakable principles make him one of the most fascinating and respected characters in the Breaking Bad universe.
Because it's what you do.